Hi guys, I'm Ashley, and thanks for tuning into ChickBuilt. Today I'm going to be taking apart my throttle body in order to do some cleaning. The throttle body can actually gain some deposits over the course of driving, which can cause the throttle plate to stick or not open correctly, which can cause fuel mileage reduction, can cause throttle response reduction, can also cause some rough idling issues. So cleaning is a maintenance piece that you want to do probably once a year, maybe twice a year. It really depends on your driving conditions, but I do it once a year. I haven't done it on this Jeep since I've had it, so I'm sure it's going to be pretty disgusting, but I'm going to walk you through the process of doing this. It's actually pretty easy, and the only tools you're going to need are a 10mm socket, an extension, and a ratchet to go with it, and a T20 Torx bit. So let's get in the process of taking this apart. Here is your throttle body. Initially what you're going to want to do is remove the air breather hose. Mine is held up by a plastic clamp here, and it's kind of like a zip tie. You just press in this end over here and push this tab and it will loosen. And of course it's not going to do it now that I'm videotaping, but it'll loosen the clamp, and then you just pry the rubber hose off of the throttle body. You have your throttle position sensor and your idle air control valve. You'll want to disconnect the plugs on those, or you can remove them completely. Your idle air control valve, you can actually clean that while we do the throttle body. And to remove both of those, that's where the T20 Torx bit comes in. They're both held in with two bolts that are a T20 head. And around the outside edge of the throttle body, you've got 4 10mm bolts. I'm just going to undo those here, and then I'll disconnect the cable, both of the cables from the throttle body. Oh, I also forgot to mention this connection here. You'll want to take that off. And then I'm going to disconnect the throttle cables. You don't really want to try to pry these off with a screwdriver because you don't want to bend the tabs that hold them on. It's just a small ball. I'm hoping you can see this, but it's a small ball that seats in this hole. These tabs help to keep that ball in there, so you don't want to pry them apart. And this one is just a slotted circle, basically. Once you get them disconnected, you can pull the whole throttle body off. There is supposed to be a gasket here, but there is not one on this. And I did pick one up, so I am going to put the gasket on here, just to save face. So I'm going to take this over to the bench and pull it apart a little bit further and show you guys how to clean this up. I'm going to remove the idle air control valve, which is this valve here. This spot holds your throttle position sensor. I've already removed that. So again, you're going to use a T20 Torx bit to remove these bolts, and the bolts for the throttle position sensor take the same Torx bit size. And these can get pretty dirty too, so you want to try to clean this up if you can. This one isn't too bad because I did this in February. I cleaned this out. So I'm not going to spend too much time on that, but I am going to clean out the port that it sets in for this reason here. I think you can see that on my finger. And then I'm going to clean out the plate and the port itself. The chemical that I'm using, which is Throttle Body and Air Intake Cleaner. You can use this on throttle bodies. If you clean your mass airflow sensor, you can use this on that. You can use this on the idle air control valve. So I'm just going to spray this in here. And you can use a rag if you want to. You can use paper towels if you want to. But you want to be sure that nothing breaks off inside of this. And if it does, you want to be sure that you can get it back out, because you don't want anything to get sucked into your intake. And I think you can see that's already 100 times better. You also want to try to clean out your idle air control valve port. So you just spray your cleaner directly in there and take your toothbrush and go in as far as you can and scrub it out. I'm going to try to do the other side here. Now, you can see the difference between before I cleaned it and after. It's not perfect, and you won't get it completely perfect, but it's going to be a whole lot better than it was when you took it off of your Jeep. So I'm going to bolt this back in the Jeep, and that should help make it run a little more efficiently. Once you get your throttle body bolted back up, you just hook your air filter back in and you are ready to roll. Thanks for tuning in. And if you guys have any questions, comments, or videos that you would like to see in the future, feel free to reach out to me. You could comment or message me here on YouTube. I am also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you just search ChickBuilt, you are sure to find me. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.